Hey, what's going on, people? Well, I'm back again, and I was thinking today, what can I talk about? What can I bring up? And again, the father's put this, the women, on my mind, and as always, lately it's all about these women, and most of the, brothers who are within that I guess you can say MGTOW movement would agree in a lot of the things that I'm saying, because I feel that they are also a part of the ones who are sighing and crying in this time. Okay, so again, this is what the Father has said, that when he hear his people crying about the abominations that's being done in this world, that he would hear them, from heaven, and he would heal them. So, in other words, take away their reproach. Okay? So, this is what he's doing. At this time, we're hearing a lot of the people who are sighing and crying about the abominations that's being done in the world. Okay? And those are the people who the Father is more so or less working through. Okay? Because um how else would you consider it? At this time, we can't say who Israel is. A lot of people have have speculated who Israel is, as far as a people according to the flesh. But like I was hearing a brother speak a little earlier, and he mentioned that the Bible mentioned that we have been scattered throughout the nation. So we have all been mixed. That would mean a mixture. So, there's so many different references when it comes to, the reason why I wouldn't, definitely know that we can't tell by our, facial features or skin complexion, or any of those things that, most of our people bring up as reason to believe that we didn't mix. But when I hear brothers, like I said, sighing and crying, they're speaking about these abominations, whether it be that they are of the nations or not. My whole thing is the fact that they are sighing and crying. So those are the people who I'm more, willing to listen to, and hear out. So why does that bring, well, that brings me to pretty much what I was gonna mention about this here. Um, well, I was coming across um videos and things like that on you was it a Instagram, right? So I was on Instagram, and I'm looking at some videos, and just going through some videos and pictures of a lot of females and stuff like that. So I'm just looking at them, and I'm shaking my head, because one of the things that I always tried to understand about women is that you know when they're trying to convince men that they aren't any good men in the world, when we look at the things that they do, they're not leading by an example at all. So if it's really about men doing the right things, where are you? Why don't you be an example of how we should supposed to be? As far as being a light, if you're any, if you consider yourself to be any type of a leader, right? So why I say that is because you have these women who you know as far as I'm concerned, all out at war with men, and men are not seeing these things. So you have a lot of men who are still willing to run out and do whatever it takes to, pretty much protect these women. And these women do not respect men enough, as far as I'm concerned, for us to even consider doing those things. And there's a lot of reasons why I feel that way. But this is definitely one of those reasons, because you see like these type of ads that these women put up. Now this woman, Connie, um was it Cornetto Connie Cornetto, right? So anyhow, I was looking at some of her pictures because I'm into like very size, plus size women, but shapely nonetheless. So anyhow, I came across some of her pictures, and which I'm gonna definitely like show you guys, just to let how how she be looking out here, right? So she put up these pictures about I guess men, abuse, so be it as it may, she didn't specify. I didn't look to see whether or not it was considered about men uh, abusing women, but the only thing I can judge it off of the fact that she did not have any men in her ad that were abused. Most of them were women. So, here's another picture of, a woman, and she's, like the makeup looks almost really real. I mean, it's real. It looks really convincing that it's crazy, like she's putting up these pictures and I guess, this is a call to women to stop, this abuse, or stop dealing with men that would abuse you, which I would agree to. But I don't feel that women have uh um gain any trust in that field. So in other words, I don't believe women know what type of men are good enough to date. They always assume that they know a man, and usually when they do, no one can tell them that this is not the type of man that you want to be with. Most of them wouldn't even listen to you. So my whole thing is that they haven't proven that they can actually obtain a decent relationship. Most women are single, and they're probably in their like mid 20s to like early 30s. And this is a high majority of women that are out here just single and saying that there aren't any good men, which is crazy to me. But anyway, um, you know, so again, these women, um, fairly shapely, plus size women, something that I do enjoy looking at. But when I came across these pictures, I was just like disturbed, man. I was like, "What's this? What is this about?" You know. But I mean, my whole thing is like, okay, I see the fact that you were abused, but my whole thing is too, why can't it be a honest thing that some women can drive a man to have this type of rage by doing certain things that would cause him, like probably even wearing things like this, in the street. Maybe it's a time where a man feels that he doesn't want his woman to wear the type of clothing that she's wearing anymore. Why? Because women are being snatched from off the street. I mean, I'm quite sure they see these things in the news, but are they paying attention? But these are the ones who consider themselves to be our leaders, though. But they don't see the signs of anything. Only thing they care about is the way they look in some spandex. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, my thing is that if a man is putting these type of I want to know why, other than just saying, oh, because she's wearing those things, that she's just completely innocent. You know? Because again, as far as I'm concerned, is when women feel that they're so grown that they can't listen to anybody, this is the reason why they're being snatched. Because judgment is on them. And they don't want to believe that. But again, the Father's going to prove to you in this time. You will see that. And you're going to realize that the Father was not playing with you. You see? Because, I mean, as much as she would consider herself to try to advocate for women's rights and women not being abused, this is how she walks out the house dressed. Wearing these type of clothing. causing all this traffic and all that trouble. You know what I'm saying? Look, this is how she feels comfortable being in and dressed probably even with her man. You know, you have some women that's like this who don't like to wear any clothes. They feel like clothes is, it's like, uh, it's just too much, I guess, like, but I mean, hey, my thing is this, if you feel that brave enough to wear type of things like that, then you deserve what type of attention you're going to get. You deserve that. You've earned that type of attention. So if a man wants to treat you like a slut and a whore, then I feel that he's in his right mind, because this is what he sees when he's seeing a woman dressed like this. So I mean, you can be mad and feel like she's justified. And this woman here is very beautiful, by the way. I must say that I think she's very beautiful. Now, I'm not judging her just according to her beauty. I'm only saying that she's a beautiful woman. So I would think that just because of the fact that she's showing herself on YouTube and things like that, that she's more likely, someone who's hard to deal with. Women who put themselves out there to be shown, obviously, would be a problem to a man when he wants that attention for himself. If she's getting all these likes, now there are some women who would do that, and I mean, I don't find any fault in a woman who does those things. My only hope is that she's with the right type of man that wants that, and he's not the abusive type, and he's not the ones who would, pretty much destroy her mentally and things like that. That he would help build her up, because there are men that are like that. And I know that there's some women who know that their men are like that, but they don't want those type of men, and they need to just be honest. Okay, you ask them why they're single, and they'll say that because they're not, there's no good men out here. Excuse me, but I have to disagree, because the only reason why you would say that he's not good is because of his the fact that he has a big belly, he's going bald, he's short, like, you deserve to make those type of choices. Like, who are you to make those type of choices on a man that can do only good by you and would probably do almost anything to help and serve you? I mean, like, really, you have some men out here who would give their life for you, and you wouldn't even consider that man because you worried about how he looks. See, this is the reason why the Father's going to humble these women. Trust and believe that that's going to happen. And if men aren't looking forward to that, I feel bad for you, because he's going to humble you too. Yeah, because, it's time out for men who are still trying to convince women that they are more than what they truly are. I don't see any queens out here. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't even apply that to my, my vocabulary anymore. The hell with a queen. See, we're going to take women out of their power, and women do not want that, okay? They're no different from the so-called white man. I always say that. So get used to that. That's something I always say, because this is exactly how I see them. They're no different. You tell a woman what you want in life, and the fact that you want to be with a whole lot of women, they're not feeling you on that, okay? So they're not going to support what the Father wants for you. So why are you trying to always convince them that they're so much other than what they really are? But dream crushers, they only want to do is crush your dreams. I mean, the Father's putting that in your spirit for a reason, but they're not gonna submit to that. So guess what? You leave them the hell alone. The Father gonna correct them, and trust me, they're gonna want you. because he's gonna switch that mind. He's gonna make them understand what the hell they've been doing wrong in this world, selling out just to get some damn likes from people that they don't even care about. So anyway, yeah, I just wigged out, but that's what I do sometimes. That's the Father, you know, and that's how He speaks. So my thing is I'm gonna say what thus saith the Lord, and the hell with what people feel. I don't care about feelings anymore. You know, and I don't feel that women deserve the praise that they get or anything. Now at the end of the day, I love a beautiful woman. Don't get it twisted. I mean, I'm always gonna love to look and enjoy a beautiful woman. But I'm not gonna settle for what a woman want to be considered nowadays. She doesn't want to humble herself and be meek like she's supposed to, and allow the men to be the ones that are the lions in this time. We don't need and unless you're playing our, to the beat of our drum, you know, because I mean, we don't mind a little edge, but you need to also know how to convert that into submissive and be an example for a lot of these women out here, you know. And for the women who are like that, I'm quite sure the Father's gonna bring you into the presence of a real man that is deserving of that, you know, because we do understand that there's a lot of men that speak this way and may not be as they say they are. So I feel that the Father had those women hidden. So all these women that's out here putting themselves out on YouTube and all that, that's a sellout. I don't care who you are. You're going to be humble. Because trust me, the way you are right now, you're not going to see who the Father is. You're not going to see who His Son is. I can guarantee you that. Because you're already too haughty. You're already too haughty. Nobody can tell you. I mean, I'm quite sure a man wouldn't be able to tell you not to wear things like that show your breasts and make you look like that. Especially, if you're not in the house. I mean, if you're in the house, you can do it as you please. You feel me? But when you out in the street, you shouldn't be wanting to dress like that, especially nowadays. And I don't understand why women can't see that. That's just really crazy to me. But then they want someone to follow them. Like, follow you where? You ain't even seeing right. You know what I mean? You blind as hell. And talking about follow you where? You know the way. You don't know nothing. You don't even know what time we're living in. So, again, I'm always gonna burn fire on these women because they deserve it. They need that. If a man can't talk like this to his woman, I don't see why he has one. And this is what I always say. I don't get it. Dudes ain't gonna say much nowadays because a lot of these dudes, I'll be honest with you, yo, I got, females on my Instagram right now that come to me and say, yo, what you be posting is real. But I swear to you, not one of these dudes have yet to actually come on my page and honor the things that I say. None of them. And I'm actually speaking for them. But the women will, which is crazy to me. Because I go in on these women. Because you know why? I look at these women as the weaker. So they need to be told. You see what I'm saying? But my whole thing is like, the men are it seems like they just like lost the source, man. I'm dead serious, man. These men are like effeminate, yo. They're not ready for this type of war that we're about to go into. I'm so serious, man. A lot of these men are gonna be like they say, like women, screaming like women, man. Cause the Father about to open some real drastic stuff into this world, and I could see it. That's why I walk totally different compared to how I used to. because I see things clear now. I'm out of this. I'm outside of the matrix, man. I'm not in there. I come in there only just to see what's going on, but trust me, I'm not within that matrix. You know, but that's pretty much what I wanted to say. I'm not gonna really hold you. I just really wanted to kind of vent, but nonetheless, I'll be back again. Maybe later today. However it goes. But I'm in the process right now too. I'm trying to like get myself prepared to make a big, move, outside of the city. So it's gonna be, it's the first time I've ever made any type of move like that on my own. Oops. So yeah, I'm kind of excited, but at the same time, it's like really nerve wracking because again, I've never done this before. So I'm really uh concerned. I'm not worried or anything because I trust that the Father has me, and this is definitely because the Father's put it in my spirit to do these things, and again, this is the season that we're living in. I don't see how a lot of you guys are even working still. I would have got out of my job, but for whatever it is, the Father has y'all still, waiting, at the last. Because I'll be honest with you, I see too much for me to be still trying to find a way to work. It's crazy. It's too much going on in the world for me to be still trying to, fill out an application. You see what I'm saying? Like those times is over, and people need to see that. And that's who the people I'm talking to. I'm speaking to people who are outside of the matrix, not the ones who are still trying to survive on the dime, or waiting to the dime, or waiting on the dime. Yeah, waiting on the dime for things to just like go crazy, you know? Like, I don't see how you do that. But anyway, um, I'm out of here, man. Appreciate anybody who was able to, pretty much listen to this to the end. Definitely appreciate that. And I'm out.